the light and heat, endow Guangxi with the foundation of bountiful harvests. And yet, render the freshness and sweetness transient. However, Guangxi people turn the tables with their wisdom and experience, and preserve the flavor. Without any doubt, a pouring rain is approaching. Yet, the young man here doesn't seem like looking for shelter. Every second before the rain is crucial to harvest Shusha Longan. Once the rain wets the skin, the ripe longans may fall from the branch due to their weight, or directly crack open, thus losing the chance to be tasted. One of the most common longan varieties in the Chinese market is Shusha Longan. Legend has it that people found the longan tree striving to stick out between stones. Thus, it's called Shusha Longan. As the cradle of Shusha Longan, Pingnan has the only Shusha Longan maternal orchard in China. Most Shusha Longan in Guangxi, directly or indirectly, comes from the 108 longan trees in the orchard. Although Shusha Longan is slightly smaller than other varieties in shape, its sweetness is surely unmatched. Take a bite, and its sweetness will invade your tongue. The pulp is springy, the sweet juice will explode in your mouth. This is the locals' favorite fruit to relieve the summer heat. In Pingnan, the locals always grow a few fruit trees around their houses. The longan tree is usually their first choice. On the weekend when the fruit ripens, Huang's county-schooled grandchildren return to try the fresh fruit. The longan picked by themselves always tastes better than the store-bought. The newly picked longan had better be eaten soon. Unlike shelf-stable fruits like persimmons and apples, longans off the branch are still living beings. At room temperature, due to its vigorous metabolism, its fructose content will gradually decrease. Thus, longans taste better under the tree. Ripe longans must be picked in time. Otherwise, the fructose in its pulp will lose gradually after it hits a peak. Thus, it's crucial to preserve the extreme sweetness and freshness. Drying longans is the ancient people's solution. Dried longans are also known as guiyuangan. The traditional way of making guiyuangan is very simple, yet full of wisdom. A branch of longan fruits is placed into the boiling water and removed after soaking for 3 to 6 seconds. This not only sterilizes the fruits, but also blunts the enzymatic activity and slows decay. With the help of sunlight, it takes about 5 days to dehydrate the fruits, transforming them into guiyuangan. As the sugar concentration rises, microbes can hardly survive, thus greatly enhancing its storage tolerance. The sweetness the longan takes pride in not only builds its fame, but also becomes its best shield.
Here's the soup.
Have some soup.
Every longan season, it's a routine for all families to come back home. Dried longan rib soup is a favorite homemade dish among locals. As the dried longan symbolizes, a family reunion is what truly matters. Pingnan County boasts the largest contiguously planted Shusha Longan orchard in China. The annual production can reach 180,000 tons. Some of them are shipped across the country through modern cold chain logistics. The rest are made into dried fruits, for people to enjoy the unique sweetness of longan during the off-season. The rain has stopped, yet the harvesting season continues. Whether it's longan or guiyuangan, fresh or dried, regardless of the shape, the sweetness remains. The hilly region of Yulin features steep mountains and dense forests. Early in the morning, villagers ride into the mountain to collect a special fruit. The flower isn't familiar, but the fruit is. Take a deep breath, and the smell gives the answer. That's right, it's star anise, a common spice in the kitchen. Picking star anise requires skill. A star anise tree is often over 10 meters high, some can even reach up to 20 meters. The fresh star anise is too delicate to be knocked down with a bamboo rod. Hand picking is the best and only solution. To pick the star anise, villagers have honed their agility skills. It takes them just a few seconds to climb to the top of a tree that stands over 10 meters tall. This harvesting process takes place twice a year. Roane County receives abundant rainfall, with plenty of heat and fertile soil. The star anise trees here bloom and bear fruit twice a year. The fruits that come out in March and April are called spring star anise. Those ripe in September and October are called autumn star anise. The autumn star anise is known as red star anise for its higher quality. For locals in Guangxi, the day often begins with a steaming bowl of rice noodles. Blanch the tender rice noodles, add a ladle of savory, rich master stock, top it with marinated pork intestines and beef, and finish with a sprinkle of scallions for added fragrance. Time to dig in. The appeal of rice noodles to the locals hinges on the master stock. Its quality directly affects the rice noodles' color, aroma, and taste. Chen Sahua, the shop owner, mixes the braising spices by herself every day. It's one of the key secrets to ensuring the authentic flavor. In addition to blending peppercorns, licorice, and cinnamon in specific ratios, she values the star anise's quality most. The star anise has a unique volatile and pungent aroma. High-quality star anise can eliminate the raw smell from the meat and impart a rich aroma after extended soaking and heating. Star anise from Yulin, known as a prime growing area, stands out for its large size, red color, and fleshy pulp. Naturally, it's closer to the standard of a premium star anise. Yet, apart from its excellent quality, it still requires manual processing to fully bring out its aroma. It needs to be blanched first, as the star anise sheds its rawness. The continuous sun-drying process is the final step in transforming it into a spice. Under the sunlight, the star anise's arms slowly crack open, exposing shiny, glossy seeds. At this moment, its arms look like slim and elongated eyes. The higher the opening rate, the better the drying process, and the healthier the fruit. The ideal condition is when all 8 arms are slightly open but not too wide. It's best if the seeds barely stay in place. Now, its aroma is released and can be preserved more effectively for future use. The Yulin International Spice Trading Market is where most dried local star anise is gathered after purchase. Chen Jisong is hailed as the star anise king by the locals. Each morning, after opening his shop, he takes a walk around the spice market to check the day's star anise market.
40 yuan and 12 fen per kilo. What about the dried, how much?
Tons of star anise are traded through him every day. His business is across the world. As the largest spice trading market, the Yulin International Spice Trading Market almost holds the pricing power for global spices. Here, you'll find not only the star anise king but also the cinnamon king, agarwood king, clove king, and more. This makes China the world leader in spices, and Guangxi the leader in China. During the harvest season, the flat mountain areas are used for drying star anise. Listen carefully, the rustling is the sound of the star anise cracking open. If the sun is strong enough, it takes about 5 to 7 days to dry completely. Mountain rains come quickly, but the workers are well prepared. This brief interlude doesn't bother the harvesters. Sometimes, the effort of striving for a good harvest is more satisfying than the harvest itself. The locals in Longsheng are born with the energy to reshape nature. The entire county is mountainous, with nearly 90% comprising slopes between 16 and 46 degrees. Terraced fields are what allow the people to settle here. Shangmen village, less than 8 kilometers from Longsheng rice terraces as the crow flies, has turned the sloping fields into terraces. Here, however, locals have started to plant crops other than rice, seeking to fully utilize the functions of terraces.
I haven't been here for a while. When did they fall?
A few days ago, I can't fix them myself.
Oh, I see.
The collapse of the pergolas was clearly unexpected for the couple. The priority is to pull them back, so that the coming harvest won't be affected. As the bamboo rods are set upright, the upcoming fruits finally come into view. Yongfu, Guilin is home to Mamordica grosvenori. For a long time, people relied on wild sources for it. It's hard to know who first attempted to plant Mamordica grosvenori on the terrace fields here, whether it was an accident or a well-considered, bold move. The high altitude and large day-night temperature differences indeed make Mamordica grosvenori grown here sweeter and more popular in the market.
Loads of fruits this year made them collapse.
Even a relatively large fruit weighs only as much as half an egg. When thousands of fruits grow at once, and they face a storm, the pergolas will easily fall to the ground. 10 hectares of terrace fields are equivalent to 238 basketball courts. This is the area Huang Huashan is about to harvest. It's long anticipated, and stressful as well. However, the couple is always positive. Not many fruits have been crashed. As long as they repair the fallen pergolas in this area, no more fields will be affected. The recovered vines will bear new fruits. Huang Huashan's plants are a newly cultivated variety. It can be harvested the same year it's planted. Yet, 20 years ago, the couple had to wait 3 years for the seedling to bear fruit. Researchers' study also helps double its yield. With meticulous care, a single seedling can bear 120 fruits at the most. Between October and December, it's the second maturity of Mamordica grosvenori. Mom picks the fruits. Dad transports them. And the daughter sorts them. Very few fruits are sold by quantity instead of by weight. Mamordica grosvenori is an exception. When it is ripe, it's lighter than when it's growing. It's more convenient to trade them by quantity. Special calipers are designed to classify the fruit by diameter into extra large, large, medium, small and extra small fruits. Due to the large quantity and the large volume, the transportation is challenging. Moreover, they often have to cross over 100 tiers of terraces. Gladly, people found a way to get along with the land. This is the express ropeway for Mamortica grosvenori. In a single trip, it moves what 2 people would carry in 4 round trips. Huang's 10-hectare orchard will yield 1 million fruits this year. Previously, he had to carry them on his back. Now, with the ropeway, it's much easier for him. He can even trot back home, pausing to enjoy the sweet spring water. As the fruits are transported out, the harvest draws near. Its shell is as thin as an eggshell. The pulp is as soft as a sponge. Like cucumber and watermelon, it also belongs to the Cucurbitaceae family. In other words, despite its fruit-like name, it's actually a melon with a thin shell and thick flesh. The dried fruit is a common morning drink in Guangdong and Guangxi. Its shell, pulp and even the fuzz on its shell can help clear the heat and moisten the lungs. A sip of Mamortica grosvenori tea is refreshingly sweet and low in calories. The sweetness on the tongue comes from mogrosides. This sweet component is 300 times as sweet as cane sugar, yet it contains virtually no calories. Thanks to this natural advantage, Mamortica grosvenori has found its way into the sweetener market as a sugar substitute. At 12 p.m., Huang arrives home. He can finally take a break after a long day's work. For this family, tomorrow might be just as busy. But they still look forward to what the next day brings. This is what life is like for them. And many others. The method of preserving food by dehydrating it might not be created by human beings. In autumn, Yangshua's landscape quietly transforms. The champion Bauhinia stem emerging from the rocks alters the mountain's hue by itself. The flowers are tiny, yet quite numerous. Every bouquet has 60 to 100 flowers. Inside each pistil, there's crystalline nectar. Such a massive natural nectar source is very tempting for both humans and bees. 100 colonies of bees contain at least 1 million bees. They're not native to this forest. Instead, they traveled over 200 kilometers after returning home, following Mong Lina and Huang Mingxin to join this nectar feast. Amidst the flowers, the newly arriving bees indulge themselves in the nectar. Some bees are responsible for collecting pollen. Pollen will be the source of nutrients for baby bees, and help them grow quickly to do their job. For beekeepers, following the blooming season is part of their life. But it still takes time to adapt to each new location. Luckily, in the village where they've been staying for 3 years, they're on good terms with the neighbors. In most cases, the bees can work on their own without much manual care. Huang decided to teach his neighbor, Tsai, how to raise bees in his spare time.
See? It's bubbling. It'll overflow if the heating continues. Once it melts, we can dip the brush in it. Turn off the heat now.
Using local materials, they hollow out the trunk and brush the melted beeswax onto the interior.
Just like this, see? Brush evenly over the cracks. Make sure it's all even.
Put boards on the top and the bottom, leaving some small slots. This is the basic manual beehive. It's placed where wild bees can easily find it. The scent of beeswax will attract the wild bees to settle here. Without minimal cost and little need for care, Tsai and his family just need some patience to harvest the sweet honey of champion Bauhinia stem. Its bloom lasts about 2 months. The peak bloom is fleeting. Huang decided to bring in more bees. After days of searching, he finally found a swarm of bees within a rock crevice. He widens the crevice and carefully cuts off the honeycomb. His ultimate goal is these guardian bees. He turns the basket over, gently transferring the queen bee and other bees into the basket. As long as the queen bee stays in the basket, even with a big opening, the bees won't get away easily. Instead, they'll cluster around the queen bee. After a whole afternoon of work, Huang moves the wild bees into the beehive. The queen bee will calm the other bees and lead them to settle down here. From then on, the wild bees have a steady job. The mature capped honey needs to be cut open with a knife, allowing the light amber liquid to flow out. Meanwhile, the scent of the flower instantly melds into the air. Unlike most honey, the sweetness of champion Bauhinia stem honey is subtle. As champion Bauhinia stem is a herb, its honey tastes slightly bitter at first. But as you savor it, a sweetness emerges. The process of nectar, transforming into the capped honey, which takes bees over 10 days, is actually far more complex than it appears. The bees at the entrance of the beehive must guard the colonies and maintain airflow within the hive to ensure a steady temperature and humidity inside. With such airflow, the collected nectar is repeatedly processed by the house bees. As moisture evaporates, the concentration rises. When the bees believe their job is done, they'll seal the honeycombs with wax to store for future sustenance. Meng can empathize with their hard work. When taking the honey, she always takes only half, leaving the rest for the bees. Collecting honey requires patience. In the mountains, the couple doesn't have many ways to kill time. Chatting under the tree is their way of expressing homesickness. More often, they spend time with Tsai and his family. With friends around, time no longer drags, and their routine is infused with new vitality. As the cold dew arrives, it signals the end of the 2-month flowering season. Yet, the honey collecting hasn't stopped. With over 500 kilos of champion Bauhinia stem honey, the couple and their beloved bees will continue their journey for the next bloom.
Our sweet fruits are planted in terrace fields. The red star anise is big and fragrant.
Shusha Longan is so sweet.
Add some sweetness to your life.
There's no secret to preserving the sweetness. It's all about conquering time. So it is with life. As long as you give it your all, what remains in your life will be the happiness that time can't take away.